Welcome back, GameStar. You saw the title right. Modern shooter games are being skipped, and it's a problem. Oh, it's a problem, all right. And we're gonna talk about it. But first, I've got a loadout of brand new shooters you should wishlist on Steam.
That's right, Maggot Bag, and later on, Ion's got some shooter games he played this month. Are they good, bad, or just plain ugly?
Ah, I see you upgraded to the AI voice. Cute. You sound less like a killing machine and more like my phone's GPS. But hey, at least you can insult me in 4K Ultra HD audio now.
AI voice activated. Sarcasm level, lethal, new voice, same hate. You're welcome, fleshy human.
Yeah, we're not gonna be keeping that voice. Jeez. Anyway, let's kick off with our first game. Announced by Night Dive Studios. This is Outlaws plus a handful of missions remaster.
You afraid of dying, kid? Keep that fear.
Sarah, come away from the window, honey.
Good afternoon. Is the marshal in?
No! Anna! You ain't a farmer, James. Your father were a farmer, and you ain't either.
A man can get too ambitious, wouldn't you say?
Right, but you never shot an innocent man.
I never met an innocent man.
If I tell you where she is, will you let me go?
That depends.
You're outnumbered. Where are you, Marshall?
I see a gleaming city rising. A city that has a fine name on it.
It's gonna take more than bullets to get what you want, mister. Once a lawman, always a lawman.
Originally released in '97 by LucasArts, Outlaws was a standout Wild West FPS that combined cinematic storytelling with fast-paced action. Now, Night Dive Studios is bringing it back with a remaster that brings the classic to modern audiences. Now with enhanced visuals, experience the game in up to 4K resolution at 120 FPS with updated textures, redrawn art, and smoother rendering. Outlaws will be releasing on PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and Nintendo Switch on November 20th, 2025.
Relaxation at last. No chores, no list of stuff to do, just me, myself, and my guns. Having a good time. Leisurely fun and games to release the tension. Don't you hate it when even video games shove politics down your throat now? For once, can I get a fucking break?
Oh yeah, this DLC drops the Postal dude right out of vacation and straight into chaos. Tropical vibes, brutal satire, and a ridiculous arsenal. This is Postal Brain Damaged, These Sunny Days. This DLC continues the story of Postal Brain Damaged, which tosses the Postal dude into a tropical serotonin collapse as he gets yanked out of his vacation and hunted nationwide. This DLC promises, just like every other Postal game, of over-the-top absurdity and absurd weapons. You'll throw down with a wild new arsenal, including the Neon Umbrella, which is a drill attached to a cat-themed umbrella, the Piss Gun, Wiener Grinder shotgun, and other widely inappropriate weapons. These Sunny Days is set to launch on PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, and Switch, all within September the 9th, 2025.
What use is a vault hunter? What use is a killer? Of brutes. A rule-breaking, loot-taking, running and gunning natural disaster. You are, in a word, mayhem. I take that personally.
No, nothing wrong, ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of hot. No, nothing wrong with a little bit.
A citywide curfew has been enacted. Violators will be shot on sight.
Now this game needs no introduction. This is Borderlands 4, a new planet and a new enemy, set on the seamless, vibrant world of Kairos. The game thrusts you into a fight against the tyrannical Timekeeper. Borderlands 4 is set to hit on September 12, 2025 for the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with the Nintendo Switch 2 release on October 3rd, 2025.
Hell yeah!
Now imagine stepping into a pixelated Roman arena, steel in hand, blood in the air, and one goal: survive. DOSman Games is back with another bite-sized, vicious fight for glory with Bloodmatch. This indie FPS game, like many others that DOSman Games has created before, is simple, to the point, but all fun as hell. This game features gladiator-style melee madness. Battle your way through brutal one-on-one duels or chaotic gauntlets, using weapons like maces, spears, hammers, long swords, and a whole lot more. Much like true DOSman-style games, its retro-inspired pixel aesthetics really bring out the blood. Unfortunately, no data is given for this particular title, but be sure that it will be coming very soon. Now welcome to Purgatory, Anchor Studios and 3D Realms resurrect the gore-soaked glory of Painkiller with modern co-op mayhem and gothic flair. Painkiller comes with fast-paced movement and combat. Expect jumping, dashing, and hook mechanics across gruesomely detailed gothic landscapes. What brings this forward for the stylish one is that you can play solo or squad up with friends, co-op for up to 3 players online, with full offline play availability as well. Painkiller is set to launch on October 9th, 2025 on the PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Death and ruin! Glory for Ultramar!
All right, GameStar, lock and load. Boltgun 2 has been officially unveiled. This is where retro pixel carnage meets grimdark mayhem, and it's gunning for 2026. A key highlight of this is that it's a sequel with swagger. This is the direct follow-up of Boltgun, picking up right where the last one ended. You'll step back into the power armor of the Ultramarine Malum Credo for another violent chapter. Unlike the first game, this one has branching campaigns, so say goodbye to linear corridors. This time your choices branch the mission paths, leading to unique levels and encounters every run. Boltgun 2 is set to come in 2026 for PC, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series X and S. Alright, GameStar, let's talk about something that makes me mad. Yeah, mad. Hellscreen, this insane boomer shooter, barely even got noticed, and the dev had to cancel up-and-coming episodes because nobody cared. I mean, seriously, how does a game like this just vanish under the radar? Let's break down what went wrong and why it didn't get any love. Plus, what this could potentially say about shooters in general. So if you know or you don't know, Hellscreen was released on Steam, and essentially it was like kind of a Doom-like game, or Doom-inspired I should say, which is awesome. And the whole premise of the game was that you had a rear view mirror able to aim behind you, so you could shoot behind your back, which was absolutely awesome. Great in concept, was great even as a game. But unfortunately, it just didn't get any love, and hence why Jamie D, the dev of the game Hellscreen, had to essentially cancel the game. I mean, it's just so sad. Read it right here. It says, "Sadly, I have had to cancel the continued development of Hellscreen episodes 2 and 3. I'm sure this won't come as a surprise to many of you, given how long the development has taken as it is, but also the state of the industry and how much everything is on fire." Essentially, as that states, he wasn't getting funding. He wasn't getting funding at all. There wasn't many people buying the game, and it's not because the game was bad. It was just that there didn't seem to be any interest, which is super surprising to me considering how good the community of boomer shooters are on just shooter games in general. And as you can even see here as well, it says, "I'm obviously gutted by this myself. I'm proud of what I managed to achieve with Hellscreen." Jamie needs to be absolutely 100% proud of what he did with this game, but it's just so sad that he's had to cancel the episodes 2 and 3 on this, mainly because of lack of funding and interest. No one really bought the game. And what does this speak for the shooter genre in general? Well, to me, it just means that there isn't that much of a push within indie shooters, at least at this time. Yeah, you've got some that have got the love, like, Incision has, but at the end of the day, it doesn't seem to be that big. I mean, I skim through Steam quite often, and the amount of shooters, there could be boomer shooters, or they can just be adventure type games, and they get no love. There's hardly any reviews. You might be lucky to find 2, maybe 3 on there. And these games look great, but nobody shows them. Nobody talks about them. And in my opinion, I don't know how to put this. I mean, people like Zlimbratsky, G-Man Lives, Civi, these people are known within the boomer shooter community, but they don't talk about this as in like the indie scene as much as what they should have. But at the same time, I kind of understand why they do that. It's mainly because a lot of people tend to be interested in Doom content than some of the smaller offshot games that are Doom-like. And I don't know. I don't know how to think about that, to be honest. I mean, me as a gamer and me into boomer shooters, it doesn't matter if it's Doom, Turbo, Overkill, it doesn't really matter. Or even a GZ Doom total conversion game like Total Chaos, which, you know, is getting a remake anyway. But I'm interested in all of these types of games. It doesn't matter how big they are. It could be AAA, could be the bare bottom of the barrel mod. But yeah, it's just so sad to see that. But this 100% sends a message to me, and it should be sending a message to you who's watching this as well, GameStar, is that don't take the shooter games that you like for granted, because doesn't matter how good they are, if they're not supported, if the word hasn't been spread about the game in general, it can get cancelled. It will not be seen. It will not be finished, and that is something that you're just gonna have to live by. It's sad, but this is why I do what I do, and I want to push out these games as much as I can. I mean, true, I do have to use some tactics as a YouTuber to push out like known games, because a lot of people don't know what Hellscreen is. They don't know about it. And that's not the only game. I mean, Turbo Overkill, as much as I love that game, for an example, is my second favorite shooter game of all time. But nobody knows about it, especially in a broader sense of shooter gaming in general. And it just means that these games aren't pushed. And that's a big problem. And I will continue to show smaller, interesting games that have caught my eye. Or if the devs have come over to me and asked me, oh, will you check out my game? Of course I will. But at the end of the day, this isn't just about me as a YouTuber, but me as a gamer and talking to you as a gamer who obviously loves these types of games. So don't take it for granted. You need to play these games. You need to push out and use word of mouth as much as possible, because I don't want to see these games to die. I don't. And next up, a few games that the Game Breaker played. And I'm thinking that you're going to want to stick around for these because they're interesting. First up, we got Brutal John 2. Yeah, we skipped Brutal John 1. There is no Brutal John 1. It's just Brutal John 2. What does the Game Breaker have to say about this game? Well, besides it being an obvious love letter to Duke Nukem 3D, I enjoyed this one. The combat was smooth, the jokes landed, and they were funny, and there was a few cameos thrown in from a few boom shoot YouTubers. I played all the way up to Chapter 1. So all of it I played to this point, and I had a whale of a time. Massively recommend this game. And after that, the Game Breaker sunk his teeth into Postal Brain Damaged. Another entry in the Postal series, but this one is a very different game compared to the others. This is just purely chaotic mayhem in a boom shoot. Some very, very funny humor here. So it's not quite for everyone, but hey, the stylish one takes it as it is. It's a satire. The movement speed was fluid. The weapons funny, but absolutely devastating. And again, the Game Breaker has to say, play it. It's really good, and I enjoyed it immensely. And last, but certainly not least, is Dead Zone Rogue. The Game Breaker brought a friend to play this one. And no, it wasn't Virus. I would say that the co-op is a lot better than the single campaign. I mean, it is the same campaign, but in my opinion, this game is way better co-op. It's not that it's hard, it's just a lot more fun when you're playing with somebody else in this game. This shooter is a roguelite, and it was fun picking up different weapons, trying them out, and going through the skill trees to power myself up. Though I'll admit, even though that I played on the harder settings, it was a little bit on the easier side, and me and my friend, when we played this, we maxed out the entire trees in, what, about 2 weeks? of play. Yeah, for a roguelite, that's a little short. But overall, I recommend this game, especially if you've got a friend and you want to play together on something. So yeah, I would massively recommend this game. Okay, GameStar, that is a wrap for this video. If you liked it, please remember to subscribe and please leave a comment down below because I want your feedback on what you thought about this type of video. Yeah, it's a little different from what I'm normally putting out, and I think this is the style that I'm going forward, but hey, I'm going to evolve it a little bit more over time. And I hope to see you at the Game Breaker Arcade once again. You take care.